7 wonders of the world.
Tier list.
Yeah. This
First one.
This will be the ancient wonders. So we're starting with the Colossus of Rhodes. What you think? Giant statue of a man in the water. Basically, the ancient world Statue of Liberty.
I mean, Statue of Liberty is obviously pretty sick. Just kind of looking at it, they have him doing this like almost
pretty strange.
I like it.
Pretty strange pose.
It's a little weird pose that they have him doing. A little zesty almost, but
yeah. See, I just like the idea of like, oh yeah, we're gonna build something like out in the water. What should we do? A giant man.
Yeah, imagine
just concept alone. I would give it an A.
Yeah, it's cool. Only reason I might give it a B. I mean, I can agree to A, but the only reason why, I mean, imagine if you're taking a boat and you go under its legs. I mean, is it there?
I mean, it depends on the picture. Some show it like that you can go beneath, and then some have it like on like a rock island thing, so you can't go under it.
Either way, if you walk under it, what are you gonna see? I mean, did they pay that much attention to detail? If they did, I mean, I give it a 100%. But if they didn't, it seems like they cut a couple corners.
Fortunately, it's not around anymore, so yeah, I think we can settle on B.
Okay.
I think some good points raised.
B tier is a good one.
We'll come back to the next one. Okay, we'll come back to that one too. Statue of Zeus.
Statue of Zeus. I'm gonna be honest. For me,
I mean, it's supposedly
that one is
really like jeweled, real beautiful, but it's just a statue of Zeus sitting down in a temple.
For me, I'm gonna be honest. Out of all of them, that one's D tier. I don't think it's very.
I can agree with that wholeheartedly.
Very it's not anything like crazy.
Okay.
Granted, if we were able to, if it really was as lavish as it was, I might move it to C, maybe B, but it's just a dude sitting in a chair.
That's fair.
Abraham Lincoln has that, and we're not talking about it, so.
I mean, you just did. So anyway,
right, well, moving on.
So next we have the Lighthouse of Alexandria.
You see,
very nice lighthouse.
Really like the Lighthouse.
I also really like it. I would probably give it an A.
I'd go as far as to give it an S.
You'd give it an S, really?
I mean, you got to think about it this way. Imagine you're sailing on a boat. You're going through, and you just cloudy night.
See that?
And you see that. That's sick as fuck. I would give it an S. I mean, if we think A wholeheartedly, we can go A. That's fine. But me personally, I'm giving it an S tier. I think it looks sick.
I mean, that's a fair point. I mean, it is a very nice landmark, visible very far away, meant to be a beacon.
Exactly.
I can agree with that.
Just like the purpose, probably the amount of lives that it could potentially save for people sailing through to actually having a landmark, helping them out. I think it's got to go S. It's probably might be the most useful.
Yeah, I mean, it also lasted for like forever. I mean, obviously it's not around anymore, but I think it lasted until like the 14 or 1500s, which is pretty insane. Okay. So yeah, S. That sounds about right. Mm-hmm. Okay, so next we have the Mausoleum of, I'm not going to pronounce that last part, but the Mausoleum, right? In modern day Turkey. I mean, it's basically like a giant like tomb meant to like be for like important people, right? So kind of like the pyramids, 100%. But more Greek.
Honestly,
I'd probably give it a C. It's not anything like super crazy.
I could give it C. I mean, maybe B, simply because. And let me tell you why. We'll get into this a little bit later, but I like this more than the pyramids.
That's fair. That's fair.
And I can't see me putting the pyramids. I could see me putting the pyramids in C, maybe D, because I don't care about the pyramids too much, so I couldn't see them being in the same class. But I could settle for a C, but just know if we go C, then I'm putting the pyramids in D.
Then we'll go Mausoleum B, and then I guess we'll go straight into the pyramid, since that's the talking about.
Pyramids is C or D tier for me. To me, it doesn't look cool to me.
Really?
Or anything like that. there's so much stuff shrouded around it where it's like it's definitely the most talked about now because obviously it's still here, and maybe for that fact alone it deserves to be higher than the mausoleum. But
see, the thing is, like, all these are pretty like there's not like a whole lot to like say much about them because they're not around anymore and they haven't been around for a while.
yeah,
I was gonna put Mausoleum C, Pyramids B, but I mean, I can agree they're pretty boring, pretty plain.
They could be interchangeable, I guess.
So we want to
Either
put them.
one. I simply
How about
like
we
the
put them
look.
both
Yeah, we'll put
C,
them
but
both
we
in-
put Mausoleum above.
Yeah,
Pyramid.
I'm cool with that. So because I just think the mausoleum looks cooler than the pyramid.
Okay, so next we have the Temple of Artemis.
So this one, I think, would be an easy B, easy A. Either one I'm fine with, simply because, I mean, there's so much stuff, like movies and shit like that, where they like depict it and things like that, or like, at least for me that I've seen, there's a whole lot of stuff around it, and I think it looks cool.
Yeah, I mean, I could agree with A. I mean, like, it's of Artemis, so like it's pretty out there. Unlike statue of Zeus, which is just the main god, so it's like obviously probably a lot of love and care was put into it since it was for still a major like Olympian god. But yeah, I mean, I can get behind it putting it in
that's a
A.
solid A.
Okay, and next we come to the one I say for last because for me it's easy S plus.
Same with me, easy S.
Hanging Gardens of
Easy S for
Babylon.
Hanging Gardens.
Hanging Gardens.
Visually, I think it looks the best.
Like, it's unknown if they were even real, but, I mean, we gotta acknowledge the fact, if they were real, and they were still around, you know,
Oh yeah.
Easy.
I think
Easy.
that's a pretty easy one for me. I mean, I'm eager to know what everybody in the comments is gonna think about it, because I feel like there's gonna be some people that have very either strong opinions, or since they might not even fucking know about this because they don't know their history, and to that, shame on you. But
Yeah, play more Civilization.
I think it's pretty solid. Because I mean, statue of Zeus being in D tier is, I think, the only place it could really go because it's fucking boring.
Yeah, I mean, I can maybe see moving it to C. And then, cause I feel like Statue of Zeus, Mausoleum, and Pyramids are all kind of like towards the bottom because they're more simple, more boring. I can see some people saying Statue of Zeus at C, Mausoleum, and Pyramids in D. I can see that.
I can see that too.
I can see some people pushing.
Mausoleum and Pyramids are saying they're both like almost the same thing. It's just how they just made it differently. For the Pyramids, obviously it's a tomb for people, and same thing with the Mausoleum. It's like,
yeah, I can see some people pushing Temple of Artemis down. I can see some people pushing
Colossus
up. I can see people moving Lighthouse down to A. I can see that.
I couldn't. I just think the lighthouse looks so sick.
It is a really clean design. I do really like the design for it.
It looks just so sick. That like Hanging Gardens, I don't see anybody now having it in S.
Yeah, Hanging Gardens gotta be an S. There's no way they don't. I mean, if you're talking about grandeur and stature and design, of course we don't specifically know what it looked like, but just the idea of this massive palace just flourished with like beautiful like plants, and or the entire palace itself is a garden. It's just such an amazing visual.
No, yeah.
That
I think we nailed it.
couldn't put it anywhere else. So yeah, I mean, it'd be interesting to see what other people think, but I would say it's a pretty solid placements. I can see a little bit of wiggle room for some of these, but I would say generally speaking, they're about where they should be.
Yeah. Okay. I think we nailed it then. I think we're good.
Yeah.
I want people to argue about this in the comments. That's what I want.
Well, we'll see.
Okay.
Okay, we're rolling.
Yeah, so we're also going to do the modern wonders of the world as well. And if you're up for it, also, we may even do all of them all together, but we'll figure that out later. We're doing the modern ones on my channel. It's just Turtle with a Gun 1. And if you want to take a look at that and see how we mess this one up, or if we nail it, I think we're going to nail it, you'll find it there.
Yep, so be sure to go over and then you can make fun of whatever we put in S and say, no, that's definitely D tier.
To which we'll reply that you have no idea what you're talking about, but we'll see there. We'll deal with that when we get to it.